Hello, hello, hello. Big Dope YouTube. I'm here with the host, Big Silver, hosted with the mostest. Gonna give it to you 100% real, one time for the one time. Here with my friend right here, Kwan-yin. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
I always had to make sure I gotta say it right now.
Proud of you.
I know a lot of people probably mess it up, but I had to make sure I get it right.
I understand.
She's a great dear friend of mine. She got her own business. Plus, she works for what's the company? Primerica, where she helps you out, get you all the way together financially. So, tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. So I'm a financial advisor. I've been doing it almost 5 years, and basically what we do is we hold people's hands and help them to navigate the financial world, whether that's getting out of debt, protecting their income, doing investments, things of that nature. And I love what I do because there aren't too many people looking like us trying to help us actually create generational
Yes,
wealth.
come on now. Yes, we got to do that. We got to stand in the line for one another.
For sure.
More than not, because a lot of us don't do that for each other.
Don't do that, right? They take that information and they hide it, or they sell it to the highest bidder.
And I know you one people that actually willing to do that and help us, and want to see people of color of us grow.
Each one reach one.
Right. One at a time.
One at a time.
So that's awesome. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Like I said, you've been a great deal of help to me.
I'm glad.
Yes. And so tell us a little more about the accomplishments that you have here at America.
Sure. So I started back in 2019.
Okay.
Didn't know what 2020 was going to hold out, but COVID did a lot of things. It helped me to prepare financially, so I was able to get my financial licenses, wait for Ohio to open back up. And then it introduced me to people from across the United States thanks to Zoom.
Okay.
So before, if you wanted to help somebody in another state, other than the tri-state area, you'd have to move to that state. Thanks to Zoom, it was more of a referral or a phone call. So I have clients and I'm licensed in like 14 other states.
What? Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that. See what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
14 other states?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You bad out here.
Hey, just a start.
And then that's how I met you, because Shay, one of my good friends, told you about me.
Yes.
So, we talked on Zoom. So, when I was in my other situation, we talked on Zoom, and then, like I said, I stayed in contact with you because I wanted to, check it out, everything you had to offer and everything like that. So, and you've been a great help to me.
I'm glad.
So, and I still got to come to you and your mother.
We ain't done yet.
We ain't done yet.
We ain't done yet. One step at a time.
Yes, one step at a time to even get even more financially stable and better. So I'm still growing with your help.
We all are. Absolutely.
1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour at a time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yes. Okay. So I know you said, you told me one time you had a goal that you wanted to reach. What was it?
So I want to be what's called a regional vice president, which is a broker of office, and I want an office in each state in the United States, and I want 10 offices in Canada, because we're in Canada.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's my goal.
That's a major goal.
Goal.
I know you're going to reach it.
Yes.
And I honestly, I'm your friend. I want to be there to say, yes, I remember when she told me to go, and now that she achieved it.
Hey, it's on YouTube now.
Hey, yeah, it's definitely gonna be there. So hey, when you achieve it, I'm gonna say yes. I remember when we sat down and you told me this. Yes. What inspired you to get into
financial services?
Yes.
That's a great question. So I actually, before I was in financial services, I was a pediatric nurse.
Okay.
And loved it. I love the kiddos. I love what I do. But they don't pay nurses nearly.
Once a nurse, always a nurse now.
I was still in there. I swipe my nurse card often. Don't think I don't. But just don't get paid enough. And I was actually got recruited door dashing.
Okay.
The broker of our current office. And what sold me on Primerica, because Primerica is the only financial company I have experience with.
Okay.
And it's the top, so I'm not going anywhere else.
Right.
But we were the only company, Primerica was the only company that I know of to this date that paid the death claims of 9/11. So when and we have a plaque. So when
that's awesome.
That's awesome. When I found that out, I was like, I want to be a part of whatever it is they're doing.
Right.
And then they weren't looking for people with financial backgrounds. They were looking for people like me. People like friends and families, next door neighbors, everyday people. Because that's who we reach. Everyday people reach everyday people.
Okay.
And they understand. Right. And so once I realized that, there was really no stopping me. I was surrounded by people encouraging me to succeed. People who looked like me, people who didn't look like me. People who had no vested interest in me, but because they knew what Primerica was, they wanted to pour into me.
All right now, yeah.
I know, right?
Because I heard, and if you're the smartest person in your circle, you're around the wrong people. Your circle needs to change.
I've been dumb a long time, and I'm loving it. I love it. Yes.
I'm glad, that you, like you said, you got around some people that encouraged you, that lifted you up.
Yes.
Because we need more encouragement.
Yes.
We need more lifting up and building up instead of tearing down.
Oh, absolutely.
And like I said, and us, people like us, we hear more of tearing down.
Yeah.
And not sticking together than building each other up and sticking together.
Yeah.
And working together to complete each other's goal.
Exactly.
And that's what this this is all about.
For sure.
Big Dope, this is what all about. I want to give people their roses while they're alive.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Shine light on them, because if they're doing something great, I want to give them the praise for it.
Yeah.
Give God the praise first, and then give them the praise.
Absolutely.
Because they worked hard for that. They still working hard.
Still working hard.
So I know you work hard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So and so tell us a little bit about your personal business.
Sure. So you mean other than the financial services?
Yeah.
Okay. So I kept my nurse's license active. That was night school. Okay. With permission from my son, but that's a whole nother story. So and then you never know I never know when I'm gonna need it again. I have a lot of people in my family, that are 70 and older. Okay. So I don't want, if anything goes down, I don't want someone coming to me saying, well, you're not licensed, so you can't do whatever. No, here's my credentials. Right. What does my auntie or my uncle, whoever, my mom need? Right. I understand it. I can break it down. So I keep it. So I have one patient. I absolutely love, adore, love that family. I'll be with them. That's it.
What inspired you? Let's go take it way back. Sure. Let's take it way back. Yeah. What inspired you to get into
nursing
the nursing field? So they first got that. Who threw that first iron on the fire and said and made it fire up in you and said, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. I want to help take care of people. Okay. You know what I'm saying? When was that first spark lit?
So it was two sparks. One, my mom's a nurse, been a nurse. Okay. She's been a nurse since like 1968, 69. Okay. Right. And so she's been my hero a long time. And then I love taking care of people. Right. But I wanted to be able to take care of people in a way that I wasn't taken advantage of. Because when you see somebody and they're a giver, well, people will just take as much as you give.
Now, we know.
Yes.
And you got big hearts. People
absolutely.
Some people don't even try to take advantage of people with big hearts, but it happens more often than not. Because they see the person has a big heart, right? And willingness to give and take care and share, and so it happens.
Yeah. So my mom was a nurse for a long time, and she had a patient, and so the patient and the patient's mom, my mom and the patient's mom were the same age, and they were getting up there in age, and I was like, well, look, y'all getting older. If you want, I'll go to nursing school, then I can take over that role. Who's taking care of your child, and then you don't have to worry about it, right? I'll just come in whenever y'all need to me, and I'll just, because I already knew the family for years before, like 13 years before I did
and you
this.
just, like, that's big of you just to, you know what I'm saying, come to them and say that and do that.
Well, I mean, love is love. That's that agape love.
Come on now. You saying something right there. You saying something right there. That agape love is 100% true, real love.
Yeah, it is.
That's pure.
It's pure.
Man, good Lord.
But you gotta know agape in order to do it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right.
So they agreed. They were shocked, because I've been hinting at it, and so they finally was like, okay. So I, signed up for nursing school and everything, and my mom's patient's mom passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. 3 months before I was supposed to start nursing school, we actually buried her on a sweetest day in October back in 06. And that hurt a lot, because known her 13 years, so it was like losing an aunt. It's like losing an auntie. It really was. But I still, I said, okay, Lord, so since that wasn't the plan, you got me, so that wasn't the plan. So I did my nursing school anyway. Okay. And once I became a nurse, I was able to take care of my great grandmother for a while. Okay. Oh, that was amazing. To be able to do that. And then I got into pediatrics because I love kids. And I have met amazing people. Okay. Just being a nurse, Right. I just love it. And kids are fun because I love cartoons and I love kids and I love being silly grown folks sometimes. Yes. They're just no fun. Oh, they're grown.
I tell people all the time, I'll always be a kid to heart. I love to be goofy, love to have fun, love to just make people laugh and smile.
You know what I'm saying? And not take yourself so seriously.
Right.
So serious.
But a lot of adults, adults have hard lives because we got a lot of adult things to handle.
If you adult in your life, it's not easy.
But you lose. A lot of people lose their ability to be still goofy.
To be that innocent. That innocent.
That child
innocence.
mentality.
Yeah. Don't let the world take that from you. Whatever piece of innocence you have, give it to God. Hold it precious. Don't hoard it, but hold it precious. Don't let people take it from you, because the world will take whatever you allow it to. Yes. And so there's pieces of my innocence that are not allowed to be taken. And with being with pediatric nursing, you see it all the time. That's unconditional agape love. That's that agape. When you see a kid and that kid likes you and you're doing great things for that kid, even though I'm getting paid for it, I'm not getting paid for it, because that kid is actually doing more for me than I'm doing for them. They're showing me how strong and how resilient they are, because most of my patients had chronic diseases. Right. Okay. So it's like, nurse, you die. No nurse, but they were still kids. They were still kids. Past all those diagnoses, they were a kid that wanted to be at the mall, be at the movies, play. Aside all that nursing stuff. And so that's what I love. That's what I love doing. Man, I reminded them they were a kid.
Kids go through some, they don't know what, really what they're going through. They just know they're going through a little pain. Right. But they know they still want to be a kid.
That pain don't bother them when they being a kid. It don't bother them when they being a kid. Yes. So and kids should be able to be children as long as humanly possible. We grow our kids up too fast.
A lot of times, we do. And
either a lot of times, circumstances or, grow them up too fast. But even that child that's been through adult stuff, they still want to be a kid. They still want to be a kid.
Even us that had to grow up early.
Oh, yeah. I'm one of those that had to grow up
Yes, me too. I just put a video up that I did yesterday of myself talking to my audience, whatever, because my channel is new, so I'm trying to get it out there, but just explaining what I went through and how I grew up, and things I went through from struggle to success and everything, so, and I was explaining that, like, hey, it's not been easy.
It's not easy, but it's worth it. So I think that's one thing. When people ask something, don't ask, is it hard? Don't ask, is it easy? Your question should be, is it worth it? And if the answer is yes, do. Whatever it is, do it. If the answer is no, don't do it. Is it worth it? Because anything worth having is going to be hard.
Oh my God.
It's going to be hard.
Yes, you got that right.
It's going to be
You
hard.
got that right. Got to stand the test of time.
Got to stand, see if you got that grit. You deserve what's on
you
the other
know
end
you
of
got that grit.
Got that
because
grit.
Because a lot of times when we as adults go through something, sometimes you want to give up.
Oh, for sure.
Sometimes you want to give in.
Oh,
but it's something that, like you said, that grit, it starts to talk to you like, hey,
no.
That ain't how we made.
That ain't how.
That ain't how
you took it from.
That ain't how we.
Built.
That ain't in your DNA.
No.
Your DNA is to keep on pushing.
Keep on
one
pushing.
second, one step, one motion at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, our head gonna peek out.
Yes.
And once that head peek out,
it's over with.
You see now the other body parts start to climb out.
Yes.
One step.
Yeah.
1 second. 1 hour at a time.
1 hour at a time. You're right. You absolutely right.
Man,
sure.
like, so yes, I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Sticking in there, you going through things, and and you still, like you said, that's awesome to be, like you said, see them kids and be a nurse and the giver that you are. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm proud of you, and it takes a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm an STNA.
Oh.
So,
that first.
It takes a lot to be in the medical field.
It does.
Because you go through hell. Mm-hmm. You hear all kind of crazy stuff thrown at you.
Or you see
Especially us.
Yes.
Oh my God, we get called all kind of names. And so that's why I say it takes a lot to be in the medical, because you go through sometimes for like hell just to come to work and do your job.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but on the other side of that, you got the ones that give you compliments after compliments and praise you and tell you, oh my God, how much they cherish you. Mm-hmm. And when you hear that, it makes it all worthwhile.
That's the one you're supposed to stick
It makes it worthwhile. Yeah. It makes it all worth it.
The first time you save somebody's life.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Or you catch an error. Yes. And that's in financial services too.
Right.
Because even, people, before I came to Primerica, I understood the love of money was the root of evil. I get that. I totally get that. It's absolutely true. Mm-hmm. But people vilified rich people that they saw on TV. Mm. But they didn't realize that the person that they could be standing in front of at the coffee shop or McDonald's or Walmart could be a millionaire too.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, because they think let me tell you, I live in Mason, Ohio, and I know there's people who, are millionaires because it's Mason, Ohio. They still shop in Walmart and Target, and you know what I'm saying?
They still on Amazon like we are.
Hey, they look for a sale and a deal too.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So let that go when it comes to your thinking, when it comes to money. Love money is in what it's a resource and what it can do for you. Mm. The more money you have, the more choices that you have. Okay. That's the bottom line. It's not evil. It's amoral. It's without it. It's just like anything else that is created by man's hand. Mm. The value comes in how you use it. Okay. The destruction comes in how you use it. You can use money to build people's lives up, or you can use money to destroy people's lives. Right. It's in the heart of the person that's using it. Mm. So my goal when I sit with people, first learn what's in their heart. And the people I sit down, it all comes to protection and security of their family, whether they're a single mom or dad, or they're married, or they're grandparents. And so that's what they want. So what I do is I help them to create a plan so that they have those resources, because you don't know what's coming down the pipeline. You don't. Right. You can just be living life cool and get a crazy diagnosis, or lose your job, or the business folds under, or whatever.
One of the greatest sayings that I've heard, and I heard it from my lady's mom. I call her Mom in Love. Because she said, she called me Son in Love. Karen Jackson, thank you.
I always got to keep
shouting
I already love her.
She called me son in love, you know, so I used that phrase back to her. And she said, you never know what life gonna throw at you, because life be lifing.
Life be lifing.
Life be lifing.
Yeah, it do. Yeah, it do.
1 minute you could be like fine and great, and next minute something to happen.
Turn it all
upside down.
All upside down.
And you're not great at that moment anymore.
Yeah.
And at that moment, life be lifing.
It be lifing.
So, you know, now you gotta pick up the pieces.
Yes. And build something
and you know, and try to put them all back together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I said, man, that's deep.
It's so
when she
true.
told me that, I said, man, that's deep. And that fits what you just said. Never know what comes. So people need people like you.
Yeah.
That's willing to help them.
Yeah.
Put the pieces back together.
Absolutely.
Fine tune it. If they got it together, you're going to help them fine tune it. Find the cracks in there and just fine tune what you already got together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Oh, and it's fun.
That's dope.
Oh, thank you.
That's dope. That's why I decided to do this, because people like you needs to have light shined on them. You didn't ask for this.
No,
I called you and said, hey.
I was shocked.
You do dope stuff. Like, you help people out. Like, you know, you help people out. Plus, like I said, you a nurse. So you double wham. You double helping people out here. So, and that's dope.
Thank you.
You know, you take care of your family, and others.
Yeah.
So, and you know, I just hope that, you know, like I said, by this, it helps you broaden your horizon, and people come to you, and, you know, they see you and say, hey, okay, I like her spirit. Because you do got an awesome spirit.
God gave it to me. God gave it to me.
That's right. So, you know, and I know you got people that's drawn to you, because once they, everybody don't have that unique thing that can draw people in, because they don't have that good spirit, that unique spirit that draws people in.
Right. Yeah, no, you're
right. Now, they have the ability to get it, but some people don't have it right off.
No.
And as I met you, I saw that you have that. I know you have that spirit.
Thank you.
People probably come up to you and start talking to you out of nowhere and start telling you their whole life.
Whole life.
You
I've had that so many times.
You be looking like, where this come from?
But
like,
you know what?
I don't even know you, but
I'm going to tell you something, Roberto. It doesn't bother me.
Right.
I'm going to tell you why. Because everybody should have that one person. And there are so many people, they can't do that with their whole family. Like, I know I could tell my brother. I know I could call him up, tell him all kind of craziness. And I know it won't go no further than him. I know I could tell my mom all kind. I don't have crazy. I don't. I think I should rebel at some point in my life. I'm almost 50, but it hasn't happened. Mama said it's too late, but I don't know. But people need that safe space. And a long time ago, I decided I was going to be that space for people. And because I don't take it with me, it doesn't haunt me. I don't use it for leverage. It just goes in, and then I send it to God. It leaves, and because the weight didn't get off of them. I figure when they tell me it's because it was been holding them down for how many years, you know, and for them to just be able to let it go, they ain't got to worry about, I forget 90% of it, whatever, and the other 10%, it's like, God, take care of that.
That takes strength.
Yeah, God
that takes strength to hear somebody else what they going through, and you not internalizing and effectuating, you know, way, because sometimes when I've seen people that they hear other people's stuff and it affects them. Yeah. And so, you know. Yeah. And it's hard to weigh them down because they taking on everybody else's weights and barriers and stuff they have. Yeah. But for you to just, you know, take it on, give them a sense of relief, take the load off them, and then you send it to God.
We're supposed to go in the first place.
That's strength.
No.
That's strength. I'm just saying, wow.
I don't want his job. I don't want God's job. Strength.
I understand, but he put you in.
Yeah.
You are a strength stone. I call it a strength stone.
Oh, break that down. I never heard that before, but I like it.
One day I was at when I was at Job Corps back in my day, I went to church with one of the Job Corps teachers, and he said, "Go to church with me," and everything. And I grew up in church, and I was like 12, so I know that Bible a little bit, I know a little psalm. So he said, "Go to church with me." I went to church with him, and it was a bishop, and he walked up to me, and he said, "Can I shake your hand?" I'm looking at him like, I don't even know you, but okay. He shook my hand. When he shook my hand, he said, "I'm going to tell you that it's going to be all right." He said, "You're a strength stone. You stand in the midst for a lot of people that you don't even know you're standing in the midst for. And you're a strength stone." He said, God put you in there. You're a strength stone. You hold a lot of people up. That's why you got broad, big shoulders and broad. Because he said, because you're a strength stone. You stand in the midst for a lot of people.
Wow.
And so know that you're going to be all right. And that you're strong enough to endure anything. So that's why I say it's people that's God has put in the midst, in the middle, that people can just come to and tell what they going through. That I call them strength stones. God's strength warriors. That they put in the midst to stand in the midst of people.
That's deep.
I was like, wow. And that always stayed with me.
Yeah.
But I say too, even the most strongest people need someone.
Yes, I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
And I say this to everybody because I hold that value, I hold that truth. Even the strongest people need someone or a couple of people to hold them up.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to say, "Hold me down." I want to hold you down. When you're going through stuff, I'll hold you down. No, to me that's negative. No, hold me up.
Yeah.
Because when I'm weak and my legs get to trembling,
right.
If I fall, I'm going where? Down.
Right, down.
No, when my legs get to trembling, I need you to be that base for me in that little second time I need you to hold me up until my legs get back firm again.
Yeah.
Hold me up. Don't hold me down. Hold me up.
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
No, you're right.
So
absolutely.
So I feel like that's what you standing in the midst.
Yeah.
For people, and like I said, that's strength. Because even like I said, even me, sometimes people tell me something that affects me. You know what I'm saying? So and I be trying to be that fixer, like let me fix it. But it ain't always, you don't need to do that all the time. I'm learning now, as I get older, that sometimes they just need you to listen. They don't need you to fix it because they might already have
have a plan out there.
And a solution to it. They just need you to listen.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that and I'm learning that now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a fixer too. I had to.
So because I'm so much a caring for people and a nurturer and a provider. I be wanting to people that I care about and it's a priority in my life. I be wanting to fix their problems.
Because you don't want to hurt.
But sometimes they already have a solution.
They already have one. Or you needed to say it out loud and that solution comes to them. Yeah, absolutely.
So, you're a strength stone.
Yeah, I'm a strength stone.
Yes.
I like that. I'm going to put that somewhere. I might change my IG to strength stone. So you're going to see it somewhere now. I'm going to tell you now.
That's because you just said you listen to people, you listen to them.
Yeah.
And you were able to take it in. And then either if you can help them, you help them. But if you can't, you give it to God and just let it be.
Yeah, and let it be.
Man, like I said, that takes strength.
Yeah.
Because you have a big heart and you care and you want to fix everything. You want to take the pain from them and put it on you because you feel like, okay, I'm strong enough.
I used to do that, and I'm going to tell you what God said to me because I did that with my daughter and what's going on with her. And he was like, I got off that cross. Why you keep trying to hop on it? He said, I'm telling you, he said that to me. And I was like, okay, Lord. Wow. I was like,
hey, that's deep.
It's deep, ain't it?
That's deep. He died on the cross and he risen.
Right, he ain't on it. And he was like, so why are you trying to get up on it? I
never heard it like that before. That's deep. I keep telling people thank God I'm getting into this because you learn something. When you sit down with people, I'm learning that as I'm doing these, I'm learning amazing stuff about people, and I'm learning things that resonate with me, and it's still gonna stick with me. Like
I know it.
He said he got off that cross. Why you trying?
Why are you trying to get on it? Don't need to sacrifice. I was like, Lord, if you need me to, and Lord, I'll just. He was like, I done already got off of it. Why are you trying to get on it?
That's deep.
It's so deep. Tell you.
Wow.
Tell you. God talk to you. God talk to you if you listen.
Yeah. A lot of times, even me, I gotta learn how to listen even more.
Oh yeah.
The deeper,
Oh yeah.
I do, because sometimes I feel like I can't hear him. But I
know
he talking.
Gentleman. He the ultimate.
So I gotta listen. Sometimes I gotta listen to him a little deep. Look, I gotta tune in a little more. Tune in to his frequency.
That gentle frequency. If it's loud, it ain't him. If it's loud, it ain't him.
Wow. Yes. Yeah, that's why I keep telling people, like I said, man, I'm learning a lot just by doing it. I'm just starting out, y'all, but I'm learning so much just by sitting down and listening to people's stories and listening.
I love doing it. I love listening to people's stories.
I always have too. That's why I'm an STNA.
I was about to say that.
I love listening to taking care of the elderly or taking care of kids or whatever. I
did that first.
But I love listening to their stories, how they came up and where they came from.
Because when you meet them, you meeting them old.
Mm-hmm.
They had 70, 80 years before you showed up and clocked in. Mm-hmm. And their stories were amazing, and they needed to share it with somebody.
Right.
And, we got all night. We got 8 hours. So
right. So that, oh my God. Yes. And I sat down. You know how many times I sat down with the elderly, and they said, man, and they call him Big Bob, Big Bob, I thank you for just sitting in here, talking and listening to me. He said, a lot of them said, I know y'all working, but a lot of times we don't have people just come in and just listen to us or talk to us.
Right. Like they don't have nothing to say. They didn't make it to 80 being stupid.
Right.
The wisdom that's in nursing homes. The wisdom. That's why I love when I was able to take care of my great-grandmother. Oh, I have stories other people don't have. Oh, I have stories. Oh, I do. I got stories about great-grandma.
You got to show
Oh, my God. No.
One quick one now. One quick one.
No. Grandma. I love you, Grandma. I love you, Grandma. I'm not sharing that.
I'm going to share one. Dude,
okay, share. Go ahead.
One of my first jobs, I told it on my thing yesterday.
Okay.
On my story yesterday. I took care of a sweet dear lady. She passed on. They made me take. And the first time I took care of her, right? Now I call her son Dad. Okay, because he came into my life when I was 25, 26. No, probably a little earlier, years earlier, maybe like 23, 20, whatever. I met him, but I didn't get to know him until I was like 25, 26, whatever years old. And he allowed me to come in his house and take care of his mom.
I love how you said aloud.
Yes,
because it's so true. It's so
he didn't
true.
know me. He didn't know. He knew of me, and he knew of me, but he didn't. He knew what I did, but he didn't know me from really inside out or whatever. My story or nothing. Right. He just knew. Okay, he's CNA at the time. It's what he's supposed to do. I would have. In fact, I know his daughter. And his daughter, like, okay, she ain't gonna let nobody come around that's gonna hurt me or do nothing to my parents or my mom.
Character.
He entrusted me.
Right.
Thank you, Wilbur Tate, Dad. He entrusted me and allowed me to come and live in his house. I was a live-in aide. Okay.
Wow.
And one of the first stories I will always remember this. The first day I took care of her, he at work. He come home. I'm trying to do everything she asked of me. And that's when I seen her personality at her age, He walk in the room and say, "Hey, Mom, how are you?" She said, I'm like, "Oh, my God." She did not. I said, "Oh, my God." She busts out, the whole fake cry.
And the Oscar goes, too.
And he like, Mom, what's wrong? Mom, he been treating me wrong all day. And look, and my eyes like, oh my God. I'm thinking
about to go to jail.
I'm thinking like, No, he told me, look here, this is my mom.
Right.
I will go to jail over my mom if you treat my mom wrong. Okay? And he got lime green eyes, okay? I know he meant it, okay?
I got you.
So I'm like, this man about to kill me.
Yeah.
This is his mom, his mom, not no mother-in-law, fake mom, no, mom that birthed him, and he didn't play about his parents. So I'm like, I'm just sitting there shocked, like, and he like, oh yeah, mom, he like, yeah, and he looked at me, and I was like, and then she bust out laughing, like, bust out laughing, and I was like, oh my, he was like, and then she was like, no, he treated me with the utmost respect, and but she said, you should have seen your face.
Oh my God.
And look, and he was like, I'm glad she started laughing because, hey, I don't play with my mom.
You had a bullet with your name
right,
on it.
Right,
sir.
And I was like, oh my God, but that showed me her, even at her, the age she was and what she was going through, she still had the ability to laugh and have fun and not take it seriously. And I earned her trust over the time I took care of her. That I earned her trust so much that they let me go on a vacation come back home for Indiana for Christmas. She entrusted me so much that she didn't even allow anybody else to take care of her while I was gone.
Oh wow!
Not even her own son and daughter that was there now, because she entrusted me. I earned her trust that much.
Trust. Yeah, you
so
care of her.
yes. So and man, that I'll always be grateful because that was my first real job. Okay, after I got my license.
Yeah.
And actually, I didn't have my license. I just had my certificate.
Oh.
So while I was taking care of her, I passed my test. The day after my birthday.
Oh wow! You still remember when you took it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I still 2013 or 2014. The day after my birthday, I took my test and I passed it. So they was already said they were gonna throw me a surprise party for my birthday. I knew what it was gonna throw. I knew they said they were gonna throw me one, but I didn't know how it was gonna be thrown. So when I passed my test, it became a birthday party because I never had a birthday party.
Really?
They threw me my first birthday party. So I never had a birthday party, and it became a birthday party / getting my S10A license, passing my state board license. I was like, amazing. Man,
that's amazing.
Yeah, so that was awesome, and like I said, that will always stick to dear to my heart. And she taught me so many things. Taught me so many things. Yes. And like I said, and he taught me. He talked to me a lot of times. Because I was just so raw out of school, and I was a young man, and I was always been a good father, but he had to sit me down a lot, and this is how you handle this. This is how you handle that. This is how because my dad at the time wasn't in my life at the time. He's in there now, and we have a great relationship, but at the time he wasn't.
It is what it is.
So he became my dad, and I always call him dad, and I call my real actually father Pops.
Pops.
You know what I'm saying? So so man, it's amazing though how stories you have when you take care of the elderly and so I had this one too, okay, at the nursing home. She passed away. She was 98 years old. And so whenever I come over, she entrusted me so much that she wouldn't let nobody else get her out the bed. She wouldn't, where's Bob? Where's Big Bob? Where's Bob? And she was white lady. So when I first met her, she was like, oh, hey, because she was kind of timid of me at first, right? Because, I'm a big guy and standing over and she's so frail and small and 90-something. But once she gets to know me, she was like, okay, hey, Bob. She leaned in and said, you're my chocolate. I said, what? She said, don't tell nobody, Bob, but you're my chocolate, And I would laugh so hard because I'm like, oh. But them are the things that she would get so happy when I come around because she knew she was going to get good care.
Yeah, for sure.
And and so so I was like,
I imagine you busted so many stories that she had heard about black men growing up and as an adult. Right. Think about how old she was, so the time she grew up in. You destroyed so many lies that she had been told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I got stories like that. I got stories like that go beyond. I had another lady. I think she's still living, but she said she had macular degeneration. Elderly white lady. She had macular degeneration, and I'm feeding her at the time at the table because she couldn't already see a lot. Yeah. But so I'm feeding her, and she was like, "Come on!" Like, I guess I was feeding her too slow. She's like, "Come on now, come on with the bites." I'm like, "I thought you couldn't see this food, She said, "Well, I can see certain things." And I said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "What you mean?" She said, "I can see that you're black." Look, I cracked up. You hear me? Oh my God, I fell out laughing because I thought that was the sweetest, funniest thing I heard that day, And she said, "But, I just, she told me she loved me, but she's like, I can see that you're black and I just love you." Aww. See, I can see that. And, her daughter
people have no filter.
Oh my God.
Kids and old people.
Her daughter's name was so embarrassed when all the other.
Sure.
They told she was like, she didn't mean no harm. I said, I didn't take it as no. I didn't get offended by it or anything. I thought it was the funniest thing I heard.
I'd have laughed.
When I cracked up, everybody else cracked up. Because at first they was like, I can't believe she said that to him. But when it
could have been so much worse.
I started laughing so hard because I literally thought it was genuinely funny.
That was funny.
And it came out of the blue.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about her having macular degeneration and all that. And, and I've heard so many elderly say, "I got macular degeneration, Bob, I can't see." And for her to say that, I cracked up into
Sounds to me like she could see the important stuff.
Right.
That's what I took from it.
Right. And that's what I said too. So. But it takes a lot to be in the medical field.
Yes, it does.
And just in the field of dealing with people, finances, because finances is a hard way to go.
It is, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. The reason it is because the first thing you have to do is you have to get beneath all the stereotypes and all the layers.
Okay.
Layers of lies, layers of, generation of not having. Mm. Part of that is mindset, what people see on TV. Mm. So once you get out of all that,
right,
then you can start. So that's why I love the first thing that I do, and when I sit down with a client, first thing I do is education. Right.
Yeah.
That whole first appointment. Mm-hmm. So when they leave with me, even if they never talk to me again, they have more information than 90% of the people on the planet.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing I do. Then after that, if they want to create a budget, if they want to protect their family's income with term life insurance, then I do those other steps and I show them how to do that and why it's important. You don't just need life insurance because you need life insurance. Mm-hmm. Life insurance is income protection. It's protecting the family of the income that's being lost. Mm-hmm. Because that income it loses instantly when that person passes away.
Right.
There's no grace period. Forget about that. Mm-hmm. But the bills don't.
Right.
You can't call not Spectrum, not Vectren, not Cincinnati Bell, nobody, and be like, "Look, my husband, my wife, my grandma just passed away. We need a break for a couple months while they get to this."
Right.
You can't do that.
You can't. You're right.
You still have to get that income. So that's what we do. We show them, and we don't throw out arbitrary numbers. What do you need? Let me show you. And we use something called the DIME method to find out exactly what you need. That's death and debt, income replacement, mortgage if they have one, and education or estate. Do you want to leave money for your kids or for your grandkids, or do you want an estate to pass things out? But because, and I'll give you a great example. My great grandmother, who I love, Verona Buffington, love her, lived to be 102.
Wow,
has,
okay.
6 kids living, 8 total. 2 twin boys passed away in the back.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Me too. She told that story, so it never changed, but it was amazing. Imagine this. So if my great grandmother passed at 102, she was a divorced black woman in the 30s.
Okay.
Now imagine that. 6 kids trying to raise back in the 30s in East Dayton, Ohio. She had whole life insurance, $2,500, $500. Even back then, if something would have happened to her, how was I going to raise 3 boys and 3 girls black?
Right.
So we looking at, worker house, because that was still back then, or they on the street.
Right.
But my mom, and she tells me this all the time, she can map out the path that the insurance man took to the east side of Dayton for these whole life policies, making sure that they were paid every week. Because that's what they did. Come in, they got lemonade, they got a piece of grandma's sweet potato pie, apple pie, and they got a payment.
Okay.
It came at the beginning of the week, right? Every month. But that man, the problem what I have is that man knew that she needed way more than $500.
Wow. She
needed way more than $25, even back then. But they just sold her that crappy whole life. Yeah, I said it, crappy whole life. But if something would have happened to her, my uncles and my aunties would have been messed up. Fast forward, my grandmother, she's divorced, 2-3 times. She has 4 kids. She had $5,000. A couple of them. You don't need a whole bunch of life insurance policies. You just need one good one that fits all your needs. That's what you need. You don't need policy on top of policy. That doesn't benefit the client. It benefits the person that sold them the policies. So, but we don't know that. We're too busy under, the insurance man is crooked, or they owed, or, you need all these degrees in finance. But who told you that? Where did you hear that from? Let me educate you. Let me show you what it is that you need. Let's find out what you need. Term life insurance is least expensive. It does the best for the client.
Okay.
So, all that to say, once you go through up under all that, right? Change the mindset about money. If you hate money, money is not going to come around you. Because your vibration is ew. Anything that your vibration, okay, I'll give you a great example, Roberto. If you think all men are boys and dumb and stupid, that's what you're going to attract. You're going to attract men that way. It's a complete false.
Right.
Both sides, men and women, you're going to have challenges.
Right.
Because you're dealing with humans. Not because one is a man and the other is a woman. It's because you're dealing with humans and we all falling short.
Right.
Okay? But if in your mind, men, if you are a woman, and women, if you are a man, are great people. I love them. They're awesome. They're amazing. They're outstanding. That's the type of people you're going to attract. So you're going to attract whatever proves you right. That because we don't set out to prove ourselves wrong. That takes a whole mental change to set out to find answers, and you might be wrong.
Right.
So when it comes to money, if you hating on it and money is evil and I don't want the money, I just want enough, I just want to be able to get by. Well, you're about to spend the next 30, 40, 50 years just getting by.
Wow, right.
And just getting by does not turn you into a blessing for other people.
Right. Okay.
But people who have made it financially, what they were thinking is like, if I build this business, I can start a foundation. I can start giving people to over here. Don't get me wrong, helping mom and dad and auntie and them, that's great, but that's still the inner circle. I want to be able to affect people in Africa.
Come on now. Right.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, now you've expanded your horizon. Okay. So now you have to make room for that dream. So now your brain has to try to figure that out. And when God sees, you're trying to help all my people. People you don't know. Oh, okay, now I got to start getting these little blessings going. And And as you help more people, more blessings are going to come, because that's the law God created. He put that in motion. So even people who don't know who God is, they're still following God's law of giving and receiving.
Right.
That's a law he put in place.
Okay.
Just like the law of gravity.
Right.
You ain't got to believe in gravity, but go walk.
Right.
Go to the top of the nearest building and take 5 steps past
that. Yeah, you definitely gonna go down flying. You ain't gonna be flying. You gonna right down.
You know.
Right.
So the laws that God put in place, he put in place, and he respects his own laws. So you don't have to worry about him breaking them. You see? So if the law of giving and receiving is already in place, the more you give, the more you're always going to get back, whatever that is. Good, bad, or indifferent, whatever that is. If you giving out hate all the time, you're going to receive it.
Right.
If you always giving away money, you trying to figure out why you always got money to give away. If you always giving away gossip, you going to receive a whole bunch of gossip. So my question for people is, what is it that you want to give out? Because that's what you're going to get back. So what is it you want to receive?
Right.
So when I sit down and I talk to my clients, that's what I want to know. What is it that you want to do? What do you want this money for? And I promise you, I've yet to hear, because I want a big car and I want to floss because this person in high school. I've never heard that. I hear I want to take care of my mom. I don't want my grandkids to worry about nothing. Now that people understand what generational wealth really is, I want to leave an inheritance for my children's children. Wow. I don't want my great-grandkids to worry about nothing.
Right.
Okay, now we talking about something. Okay, let me show you how to do that. How to really do that. And it's not hard. It takes intentionality. And that's something that people don't really do anymore. They want it to come, and me included, I had to really work on my intention. They just wanted to come on me. I want to win the lottery. Well, have you bought a ticket yet? No, but I really want to win it. So you ain't even in the game.
Right.
Be intentional about what it is that you want to do. I want to intentionally live money for my grandkids. Okay, so let me show you step by step how you can intentionally do that. I want to start a foundation in Africa. Okay, well, let me show you how to get the money together so that you can do that. Let me hook you up with some people I know who do foundations, who has started foundations. They can show you what to do. So that's how. And like an Olympic, it takes money to do it. It takes money. It takes relationships.
Right.
With relationships, the money is going to come. If you chase money, you're going to mess up. But if you chase after good, healthy relationships, the money is going to be there, because the person who you don't think have the money, they got the money and they know people.
Right.
But they not wearing it on them. They don't have to. And when you get to where I don't have to show people I don't know how much money I make.
Right.
You don't worry about that. You just want to know that you're doing a good job, helping people and putting forth. So that's around that whole thing. Money is great. I love money. I'm attracted to money. Money is attracted to me.
I know that. No, that's right. Let's hit
hit the switch. There we go.
There we go.
That's getting dark. I know, right?
It's getting dark. But oh my God, this has been awesome.
It has been.
This has been awesome.
It was great.
Thank you for allowing me to sit down with you, and I think you're like my 4th or 5th video.
Really? Thank you.
So put your information out there to Primerica.
Yeah, and I'll send you the link so you can put it on the later. So if you want to reach out to me, my business number is 513-445-8534. My cell phone number, because everybody gets it, is 937-520-3763. I'm always available. I want to help your family. I want to help you reach your goals when it comes to money, to help your family. God bless you, and thank you guys.
Yeah, look here. I don't think none of my people going to do that, but it's only for business purposes.
Well, now,
you gotta say that now.
I am available. I am available. I love my men. Yes.
Her daughter is here. She said, "Mom, no."
I do have a vetting system, just so you know. But yes.
Well, like she said, but business first.
Business first, please.
Yes. But this was awesome. This was great. Like I said, thank you for allowing me to come and talk to you and learn more about you, the business that you're creating here and your personal business.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hey, like I said, reach out to her and she's going to get you all the way together. And absolutely. She's getting me together still. So I know that she's going to get you together. So, but this has been awesome. Thank you.
It has been. Thank you. It's amazing.
Look here, y'all. Big dope crowd, big dope subscribers. We signing off. Again, big dope. Dope stands for determination, optimism, positivity, and elevation.
Yes.
So if you're doing something that's dope, no matter if it's for yourself or others, reach out to me. We can sit down, we can talk and shine light, and I'm going to give you your flowers while you're alive. That's all it's about. It's about growth and positivity, us working together to succeed in this world. So, like I said, the hostess with the mostest, Big Silver here, signing off. One time. Peace.
Peace.